Hey everybody, it's Herc Magnus again, and in the final competition research video, it's going to be simple. All we're going to do now is, now that we have our keyword checking off all our tick boxes from our checklist, and we have our top 10 and everything's looking good on the top 10, and you think you want to register this domain, it's now just time to take that final step and see what is available for extensions on that. So we're here inside of Keyword Supremacy, and what we're going to do is, in your account, you're going to go to main. You're going to go to my account, okay, and under my favorite TLDs, you can see we can automatically check for any extension, okay. So for instance, I can add a .ca here if I'm in Canada or whatever, but you want to make sure that your favorite TLDs at most are set at .com, .net, and .org. If you're in the UK, you can set a .co.uk. If you're in Canada, you can set a .ca as well as the .com, .net, .org. But try not to get a whole bunch. Try and get like 3 to 5 max, because it does take a little while to check them. But once you have those set, just make sure you update your account. Okay, and then you're gonna go back over to your keywords, and I'm just gonna go back and get a search database for the Fort Wayne keywords. So I'm just gonna go down to 199 up to 10, and then competition up to 0.3, and then I'll click go. And then of course I'm gonna type in Fort Wayne. Okay, and then organize by search volume. Okay, and then we did Fort Wayne plumbers in past videos and things looked good. So the last step would be checking if the domain's available. So what you can do is actually click on this globe, okay, and then it's gonna get to work checking the domains that you set in the past step there, if they are available to be registered. If you don't want to wait for that, you can also, what I like to do is, because I use Namecheap for hosting and registration, you can actually go grab the keyword. So it's Fort Wayne plumbers. You can see here it is, Fort Wayne plumbers. Right now it's telling you that the .com is not available, the .net and the .org is. So let me finish this thought and then I'll show you another way to check. So remember, what we're looking for here is a score of 0 to 3 of how many are available. If all 3 are available, that's fantastic. If only 2 are available, that's fantastic. It's not as fantastic. And then if only 1's available, it's only a little bit fantastic. If none are available, you'd probably want to pick a different keyword to register your domain for. And the reason why the more that are available, the better, is because SEOs know that EMDs are an advantageous position to rank from. Just by having the EMD. So the more that are available, the less likely it is that SEOs are actually targeting that keyword. So when we see 2 available, that's absolutely great. So you could choose to register the .net. You could just click on buy it now, and it'll actually take you over to Namecheap and throw that domain in there for you so that you're ready to order it. Okay, there you go, fortwayneplumbers.net. But the other way we could have checked this is actually just being at Namecheap and just putting in the main keyword, like we don't even have to have it without spaces, but we can just do Fort Wayne plumbers. We can say I'm in Canada, so they're showing me the .ca is available. But we also see the .com is for some, it's a premium domain, so somebody else, you'd have to pay a lot more for it. But the .net is $15, and then if you wanted to check the .org, you could just type in .org as well, and it would check that. So you can do it either way. You can check it manually. We can see the .org is available for $15. You can do it manually, or you could just click it, click the little globe icon in here, and it does take about 20 to 30 seconds to run through each check and then tell you if it's available or not. So if it is available and you do want to register it, I highly suggest Namecheap. I love them for their registration, their hosting, and their support. I've been very, very happy with everything I've been doing with them. Anytime I run into any issues with them, no problem. I just open up a live support chat and they usually help me right away. So here's another one, Fort Wayne in plumber, which is actually a really stupid word, and you can see all 3 are available. I would also suggest watching the next video where I talk about domain name selection. So I highly recommend for rank and rent style building that you use EMD keywords, like your actual keyword, your main keyword that you're targeting is also your domain in the .com, .net, or .org fashion, in that order. .com is the best, .net's the second best, .org is the third best. And the video is going to cover the 4 types of domains that you can register. If the EMDs, for instance, not available, what is it that you can do? If the keyword competition was so low and the search volume was so good, but the EMDs were not available, it's an unlikely situation, but if it does come up, there is other options that you can use. So make sure to check out the next video It'll be under the next section bullet beneath called domain name selection and the 4 types of domains. So we're going to talk about EMDs, which are exact match domains, PEMDs, which are partially exact match domains. We'll talk about brand names, where you're actually building bigger websites, and as you become more qualified, you might want to start registering brand names versus EMDs. And then buying expired or auction domains, which already have, they're basically old domains that have already been built at one point and have somebody forgot to renew the domain or whatever, for whatever reason the domain has come back on the marketplace. But all the backlinks to the original website are still intact, so you're taking advantage of all the extra backlinks, and it's a great way to get a really fast head start, but they cost a lot more money. Typically your EMDs are going to cost you like the $10 to $15 range, whereas expired and auction domains can go up into the hundreds and even in the thousands just to get all those backlinks already in place. But if you are, it's worth looking at and watching that video, because if you are going to be spending money on backlinks, whereas you're going to purchase a domain with backlinks already in place, if the backlinks are relevant to the niche that you're building in, then that's money you were probably going to spend anyway. So it's at least worth watching and learning about. So that's it for this video. At this point, hopefully you have found at least five main keywords that tick off every single box in the checklist that I've set up for you. And if you have, and after you watch the domain name selection, you are done with the find section, you can move on to the build section, where we're going to teach you actually how to build out your site, how to register the domain, set up the hosting, the WordPress, and do all the content and additional keyword research. So hopefully you learned a lot in this video, but check out the other video for domain name selection, and we'll see you in the next section.